They find out somebody embezzled a ton of money over like 11 years and nobody knew it because they were the accounts payable person, or like Barb, the controller, did it.
It's like that lady that was stealing all that money and then putting it into that casino game where
there was
just
no
buying
payout.
points. Yeah, there's no payout.
She didn't know it was
That's
real
the
money.
dumbest heist ever.
Cavs will play tomorrow night. They lost in Milwaukee last night by a few, 112 to 104 against the Bucks. The Bulls will be here tomorrow night. So your coverage begins at 6:30 right after we roll out. And then tip-off at 7 o'clock. You will hear it here, of course, on MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. If you're around and not able to listen on the radio, you can hear the Cavs game there. Keep in mind, all through this month, you can use the promo code JOLLY for 20% off whatever you get at CLE Clothing Company. As much as I give that information, as often as I repeat myself with that, people can't listen all the time. So I'll be bombarded with messages from people. Hey, is there a code for December? Is there a code? Yes, of course there is. Jolly is what you're going to want to do. Weird Al Yankovic's going back out on the road. That's good news for Weird Al fans. I guess he's trying to make up for lost time. He said
It's a great show, man. He puts on a great live show.
This is the one where he does no parodies. He did this a few years ago where he goes, I'm going to go out, which seems like suicide. Why would you do this? It's called the Ill-Advised Vanity Tour. And the new one is called The Unfortunate Return of the Ridiculously Self-Indulgent Ill-Advised Vanity Tour. He's going to do 133 dates.
Jeez, dude.
With Emo Phillips. Because that's who went out with him last. Hey, guys. And so you'll have to go see him in Canton. He's going to play the Palace Theater in May. And then he's swinging back around and doing Dayton in August. So he's playing a lot of cities if you want to go see Weird Al Yankovic. But this is the one where there's no theatrics, there's no costume changes, there's no video screens. He doesn't do the parody songs. He does the original songs. If you go all the way back with Weird Al, it was mostly original goofy songs.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Demento era Weird Al. And then the parody songs were the gold mine. But going back and doing the old, Nature Trail to Hell and Dog Seat Dog, and he'll do cover versions of songs. He's done Cinnamon Girl with Neil Young. And so if you want to see Weird Al, but you go, man, I don't want to hear
silly.
Eat It. I don't want to hear Amish Paradise. Yeah, I don't like it silly. I don't want it silly. I'll tell you what, Weird Al's wife is foxy. Have you ever seen Weird Al's wife?
Yeah.
She's cute.
Of course.
Like middle-aged lady cute, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a photographer or something, I think, but I'd never seen her before. I think they just have a daughter. I don't know if he's got more kids, but the photos I all see are like the three of them. But his wife's real cute. And I mean, again, yeah, being funny will only get you so far.
That gets you pretty... Being successful and funny will get you pretty far.
But she's been with him a long time. I think she was with him pre-success, maybe. So, and you remember what classic Weird Al, basically looked like Howard Stern circa 1981, right?
He had work done. He looks weird.
Who's that, Weird Al?
Yeah.
I think he just grew his hair out and, I don't know. Maybe he has, I don't know.
His cheekbones have gotten quite prominent over the
Really?
years. Yeah.
Weird Al's cheekbones. Maybe, listen, you lock yourself into being called Weird Al. I don't know that
Maybe it's just without the mustache, they're more noticeable.
Yeah, maybe so.
His net worth is $20 million.
Well, he tours a lot and, made a lot of money. And he's also he's on a show that my daughter watches.
Wonder if he gets...
He's on Storybots. He's the son on the Storybots. What?
I wonder if, he could ever get canceled. You can't cancel Weird Al.
Even if he did, he's got $20 million. What? People like that, when you're that rich, what does it matter?
Is that rich? That's enough money to, just...
To live forever? Yeah.
Yeah, you could
He's
live...
already, in his 50s?
Probably around there.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah, you could live the rest. He's 62 years old.
Yeah.
He looks
He's got
good for
30
62.
years left. I think
Yeah.
20 million will last.
Suzanne Yankovic is his wife. Oh, so they've been married for 20 years. So he was already successful by then. But yeah, she's real cute. So he's doing 133 dates if you want to see Weird Al in 2022. And then John Mulaney announced his tour, too.
Also not coming to Cleveland.
No, it's not. It's going to Cincinnati, and it's going to Columbus. So March 13th, they'll play the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati. And then
March. What day of the week is
play
that?
the
Is that a Sunday?
Schottenstein Center in May in Columbus. He's playing big venues.
Yeah.
He's doing the United Center in Chicago, and it's called the From Scratch Tour. He should call it the I Don't Want to Be Home with a Newborn Tour, because that's what this is.
Got to pay for it.
Honey, I've got to go out and make a living. See you when I see ya. Love ya. You got some crying, mewling cabbage in the back because you had a moment with Olivia Munn.
Are they still
that
together?
you didn't think through. I assume, yeah. I haven't heard otherwise. But they're going to have a kid. So he says that his high energy performances are behind him.
John Mulaney?
When you think John Mulaney, you think high energy performance.
Oh
like Rob Halford in 82 is what you think John Mulaney. And he's only done a couple of shows here and there. He did a whole, like a 2-week run in Philly or something.
I'm in Cincinnati that same weekend at Go Bananas Comedy Club. You think he'll come open for me? If I told him Thursday through Saturday, you come open for me. Sunday, I'll come
Yeah,
open
I'll just
for you.
cancel these arenas that I was going to do.
He'll still do them, but he'll swing by, do a guest set.
That'll be a way for him to kind of get back, like
Yeah,
an
back
intimate
to your
setting
roots.
with the people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, all you can do is ask.
I should text him, huh?
What city is this?
Cincinnati.
Oh, in Cincinnati. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday, March 13th.
I'm there the 10th, 11th, and 12th.
He won't be there then.
He might if I ask. Hey, John, let's do a little trade deal. You come do a guest set at this 75-seat club and let me open for you in front of 5,000 people. I feel like he would say yes to that.
Listen, Seinfeld and I are doing the Grog Shop.
You don't know about us.
A week before, okay?
You've heard
know
of
Jerry.
Yeah.
You guys are friends. This is an opportunity for you to, I'll answer your phone. So when Olivia calls frustrated and tired because the kid won't stop screaming, I'll just say I'm your assistant. And then she'll go, he doesn't have an assistant. Who is? Click. And then, that whole thing.
I think it could work.
I think anything can work if you really figure it out. Listen, on the one hand, you don't have to worry about being upstaged anymore by his high energy performance because that's behind him. That's in the rearview mirror. He's older. Listen, this is going to end up being the best thing that ever happened to him, by the way, because you've created an entirely new prism through which you can filter your material. You are forced to reinvent yourself. Once you shed all the barnacles of people who thought that they, who were, the parasocial relationship, all these people who somehow thought that they knew him and blah, blah, blah. He'll be fine.
But what if they're not getting what they want? If he goes out and he's not the same high energy.
I was expecting pyro when I see John Mulaney. Come on. I mean, God bless him. I think a lot of these comics, there's an element of trying to make up for not going out last year by doing these huge venues. John Mulaney obviously is a very popular guy. You ain't going to sell out the United Center. So you go, well, let's do as big of a venue as will book me. I don't know if he's...
arenas or 5,000 seats?
Well, I don't know.
But they also...
the United Center's like the Romo Fijo.
Yeah, but they do it... The way they seat it is not the normal 20,000 or...
They do half house?
They do a partial house.
And no one's seated behind you, like that kind of
But
stuff.
then why not do a theater?
Because there's nothing in between. There's no 10,000 seat theaters.
And it might just
what
be
I'm saying is-
availability, too, because everybody's on the road. So if you're just trying to do routing and you go, okay, we can either do 4 shows at a theater in Chicago, but they don't have availability, so we'll just do the United Center.
I guess. I think these guys are trying to see how much what they can sell.
But he's also from Chicago, and he can sell a lot of tickets in Chicago.
Well, that's why he was doing the Chicago theater. Like that, you do a couple of nights there or whatever. Listen.
Right, that's it. But are they available? Like, could he, if you waited too long to book your tour, I mean, look at the Agora and how many events they're doing right now. Like, you have just like this past week, there's like 4 or 5 different comedians that are doing shows at the Agora, and then on the other nights that there's not comedians there, there's rock shows. So like these venues are booked solid. So you go, okay, well, we'll do the United Center and see if we can sell 10,000 tickets.
Because what do the kids say, Poundcake? You got to get your bag?
Yeah, you got to be on your bag.
You got to be on your
You
bag.
got to secure your bag.
Mulaney's trying to secure the bag.
You got to be on your bag.
I like be on your bag.
Speaking of being on your bag, I was having a conversation with my mother last night in regards to...
I like where this is going.
In regards to hospitals and their need. They're offering, like, and this is like most hospitals, she's like...
Offering her as a nurse, you mean?
Nurses, like,
Yeah.
just pretty much all hospitals are offering, like, $80 overtime.
Every kind of nurse?
I'm pretty much like big ones, small ones, skinny ones, tall ones, brown ones, black ones, round ones, fat ones. Yes. Like an hour.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And
like,
so the point of this is your mom's going to secure her bag?
Yeah, she's on her back. She's like, Christmas is coming up.
Well, no, good for her. I
She's
mean,
like, I'm going to get my money.
it's a business in demand. Nothing wrong with that.
I just can't, but that, in one way, I'm like, okay, something good could come out of this because someone who is hardworking as my mom, I'm like, this is the money you're supposed to be getting. You're supposed to be getting your money. But it also means that the world is like imploding and like everyone's like overworked and everyone's tired and there's not enough people and everyone's sick. That's why they're offering so much.
Well, and the medical, the healthcare industry can afford to offer that money. Supply and demand, for whatever reason, seems to apply to everything except wages. So, like restaurants, obviously, that have razor-thin margins, if they're not full, they're losing money. They don't have the latitude to go, okay, we'll pay you $25 an hour or whatever. But the healthcare industry then go, yeah, we're giving you guys overtime. And
like that's like on top of their pay. They're
right.
Stuff like
well,
that.
hence the overtime.
But my jaw dropped. I'm like, you better be getting your paper. You getting your paper.
So is the first?
Right?
So is the after you process this, does your brain go to? Well, my mom's going to have more money, so Christmas better really be off the chain then.
No, she said I'm done. She said she already shopped for me already.
Oh,
so I'm not.
So this money's all gravy.
Yeah, but I'm still asked for some.
Well, will you ask your mom for things for Christmas?
No,
or does she ask you?
I don't ask. She asked me what I want for Christmas, and I don't know what to tell her. I told her this year in particular, I'm like, memories are worth way more to me than stuff. So if you want to make a dent in my Mexico trip, then you could give me some money that way. She's like, but you already went on your Mexico trip. I'm like, I know.
And you already paid your friend back.
I know, but
you mean to recoup some of that
cash?
cash?
To replenish that,
So you want cash from her.
I see.
He's asking for money. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I said, you ain't got to do the whole thing. Like I paid $1,300. You ain't got to do the whole thing. But anything you want to give, I'll happily take.
Yeah, I was texting with my mom over the weekend, and she implied that she was planning to spend a lot of money this Christmas. So she goes, what is something pricey that you and Gwen would like, but you'd never get for yourselves?
Maybe she's going to die.
I'm at a complete loss. I have no idea. I'm awful with... Not only am I bad at giving gifts, I'm awful at telling people what they could gift me.
At receiving gifts.
Well...
No,
I'm grateful and thankful.
Yeah.
It's just I have no ideas. People go, oh, what's something? I have zero ideas. I always go, oh, well, there's like this book. I don't know.
At Thanksgiving, we went to my boyfriend's family's house, and everyone in his family just told each other what they wanted like it was no big deal. And I was kind of thrown off for the same reason that I have a big family, and they're usually like, yeah, just give me some small, whatever you think of, blah, blah. But his brother was like, I want old man house slippers and wood chips for my smoker and this and that. And his dad was like, I want this cookbook and I want this. And his sister-in-law was
Couldn't
like, I
be
want
easier.
exactly this blanket.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, you guys like have thought this out.
And you know what?
Like,
And there's a lot of people who kind of like chafe at the notion of like being told what, but I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
People are like,
Okay.
oh, it's supposed to be a surprise. I'm like, what? So you can disappoint them when they open something they never
Right.
thought of before?
or they didn't want.
When we go to my wife's extended family Christmas, when there's like 75 people there,
Yeah.
they do a white elephant,
Yeah.
which is fun.
Yeah, something silly you never know what it's going to end up
and
with.
you can steal it from other people.
Yeah.
And all I know about that whole thing is going for my wife's extended family Christmas.
Well, we have so many kids in our family now that it's like my 5 brothers and sisters, and then there's 13 nieces and nephews. So the siblings are just like, buy something for the kids. Like, we don't need
That's all we do.
Yeah, we don't need anything for each other. If you see like some little thing at Target or something and you think of me, sure. But like,
Yeah.
they're all like, I'd rather you get my kids something than buy me anything.
2 of my nephews are like 21 now, so I send them like gas cards or
Yeah.
something because you're going to drive. And then like my other nieces and nephews are, like 7, 8 years old. Here you go. Some Hulk pajamas.
I have so many
Xbox gift card
to buy for this year. Like I actually have I'm a gunkle now, so I have a nephew, and then I call her my niece, but she's my little cousin, but I'm essentially her gunkle too. And I have to like buy for like my brother and cousin's kids. I'm like, we're at this age now where I'm buying for people smaller than me.
It's so easy.
Yeah, buying for little kids is
Just
super
get
easy.
them. Literally, go to the toy aisle and pick one. They don't.
No,
know
but your nephew is like a baby, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
get
yeah.
like clothes or something.
Diapers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
onesies.
but it's not even the
Start a
fact.
little savings account.
Hey, there
Savings
you go.
bond. Here you go. A little investment from Gunkle Poundcake.
It's just the fact that I have to do that. I'm like, we're at that age now. Like people, my peers are having kids, and I'm the weird one. Everyone looks at me like, you don't have to call a sitter. Now I have to call a sitter. Like,
There's
I
nothing
wanna
weird
go
about
out.
not having a kid, by the way.
He's saying it's weird to be at the age where he has to buy for other people's kids.
I see.
Or they ask me to babysit. I'm
Our
like,
little Poundcake's growing up.
no, I don't babysit.
I already got your present, Alan. Cody and Bill, I haven't gotten yours yet, but I
Don't
got
worry
yours.
about it.
Gotten everybody's present.
I don't need anything. I don't.
Too
Too late. I
late. I got you
literally
something.
can't return it.
I literally can't return it. It's
I
a
bought it-
prayer.
I bought it in
It's a
Philly.
prayer for
Well, you
your
can re-
eternal soul.
You can return a prayer.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesus, I take that back.
I think we knocked it out of the park for your present because we're all going in on the same thing.
Is it a new car?
It's a triple-headed
new
dildo.
car. What is it?
Spoiler
You did.
alert.
Triple-headed.
Yeah.
Whose head?
We like options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
John Mayer, Johnny Depp, and Vince Vaughn?
No, all three are tiny little George Stephanopoulos.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
and then I got Poundcake and Alan the same thing, but I think they'll both like it.
Pictures of each other. Mm-hmm. Cool.
I got a picture of Alec. He already has a little pound cake.
A T-shirt.
Yeah.
Did you complete me?
Yeah.
I would love that. I want to put a big Allen head on my T-shirt.
That's. I know what let's do. That's a T-shirt that I'm sending him. I know what let's do.
Oh, did I miss one yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
said
you
it.
missed a lot.
That was a
I
good
know what
one.
let's do.
I heard some of the show yesterday. I had thoughts on Mary's panicked horniness, whichever.
All right.
Well, I have a theory about it.
Okay.
I got to take a break. If you want to get a text for anything, 35192 to do that. AlanCoxShow.com if you want to get the video portion, and you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox